So, one of the things that I prefer between the UK and Canada is the housing. Downsides of Canada, that is a major downside.
Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there. 'Cause everything reminds me of you. I
Hi
can't
guys,
take
welcome
no
back to my
more.
channel. If you're new on this
Girl, I
page,
think I'm
welcome.
losing my
My name
mind.
is Obehi, and on this channel I share my life experiences as a mom and as a career woman, hoping that you learn from me and I'll learn from you. Anyway, thank you very much for coming by. If this is your first time, I say welcome. On this channel we do a lot of fun stuffs. We kind of learn things together and share ideas. If you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you'll be the first to know. So today I have chosen to shoot this video outside because a lot of my subscribers have been asking questions that they wanted to know the difference between the UK and Canada. They want to know what it feels like, how the road look network is, what the housing looks like, taxes, and just general socialization. And that's what I'm going to be sharing today. So if this seems like something you want to know about or something you want to get more information on, please kindly watch the end of this video and do well to give me a big thumbs up. So one of the things that I prefer between the UK and Canada is the housing. The houses are pretty big, very good standard. Even if you're renting a house as an apartment, you get good standard of house. The like it is very beautiful. If you look around me, you see these houses, you see how big they are standing on their own. You see those ones behind, they're just being constructed. This one right here too is just being constructed. So you get big houses. This one right here that are just being constructed are a bit small, but they are still bigger than the standard house you get in the UK. So that is one thing for me. Like when I moved to the UK, I really struggled because I'm used to living in big spaces. You know, Nigerian houses usually have big spaces. And I lived in America, and America also has big sizes. You know, the houses are very big. So when I got into the UK and I saw the sizes of the house, it made me wonder why they chose to make it so small. And you know, even in the kitchen, you can hardly stand there with someone else. Once you're in the kitchen, it's you alone. If someone else comes into the kitchen with you, it's already cramped up. But it's not the same here. There's a lot of space. Like some people even have like garage where there's like two cars garage, car garage. You can hardly get something like that in the UK. It is something that is very rare to see. And if you decide to buy a new built house in the UK, you know how expensive it is trying to buy a new built house that most developers are coming up with, trying to build the American style houses is quite expensive compared to the usual ones. But here in Canada, there's a standard. The houses are very big, like houses that you want to live in. You know, you feel very happy to tell somebody that that's my house. So that's one very good pro for Canada compared to the UK. Another very wonderful thing is the road networks. If you are living in the UK and you drive in the UK, you know how it is that you're driving on like a lane and then a truck is driving right beside you. You get so scared and begin to worry that, oh, I hope this truck doesn't hit me or this truck doesn't scratch me. Here, the road networks are very good, very big roads. Like even within the city, you get to drive 100 kilometers an hour in some parts of the city, and the regular speed limit in the city is 70 kilometers an hour. But in the UK, in the highways, it is 70 kilometers an hour. In Canada, the speed limit on the highway is 110 an hour. So you can imagine how big the road is. I love to drive, so I enjoy driving on the road because there's a lot of space. Like it is, that one is a no-brainer for me. I love it. Another thing again is that the amount of cars, there's so many variety of cars to buy in Canada. If you want to buy cars, there's so many varieties. There's some cars that you cannot get in the UK. Like in America, I used to drive a Toyota Camry, but I couldn't find it in the UK. It wasn't available. I didn't see it. Maybe some other people can, you know, can say they are able to get it. They're able to buy, you know, different variety of cars. But I feel like the standard variety of cars that we buy in Nigeria or that you find in America, you can hardly find them in Canada. So that's another thing. Another thing again is that I just feel like the roads, the road networks in the UK, you are struggling with roundabouts. Imagine using your sat nav, that's what they call it in the UK, or your GPS, whatever you decide to call it, and you're driving and it tells you at the roundabout, take the second exit at the roundabout. I was asking myself, where is second exit on this roundabout? I was just struggling to figure out what it was. But in the UK, but in Canada, it's just like straight up, you're going, you don't have to worry about all that. Another thing that worries people is the tax on goods, like goods and services tax. In the UK, when you see something on the shelf and you want to buy it, if they write £1 on it, it's £1. If they write £7 on it, it's £7. If you are buying something of £2,000 and they say it's £2,000, it's £2,000. You're not paying any goods and services tax or any provincial service tax. But in Canada, if they tell you a coffee is 147, please hold $2.05 or $2.06, because if you are planning to pay only 147 for your coffee, you will miss it. So you have to pay goods and services tax. Now imagine if you are buying a television that is $2,500, and when they now do the addition and they tell you that your money is 2,750, you be like, where did the extra 250 come from? But yeah, that's just it. There is GST and PSC, which is goods and services tax, provincial service tax, which is put on any goods and services you buy or purchase or whatever. So that's another thing. That's another big difference. So basically, the pros and cons are a lot. It's just for you to, you know, pick whichever one suits you. So for socialization in Canada, you have to be intentional about it, because most of the time in the year it's usually cold. So there are not so much activities until around this time of the year: April, May, June, July, and August, and some part of September. That's when there's usually something fun to do. So you have to be intentional about socialization. If you are in the UK and you feel like, oh, there are a lot of Nigerians, there are a lot of people, there are places to go, and you don't leave your house, you'll still be bored. So it's you just have to be intentional if it's about socialization. But basically, altogether, I feel like Canada has much more to offer. The amount they pay for jobs is really good. You get good rates. It is not as good as America, but I bet you it's not as bad as the UK. And then the tax system is the progressive tax system as well. But there are a lot of programs that are out for new immigrants that help them to save on taxes. One of the downsides of Canada, that is a major downside, is speaking about the province where I live in, we hardly get variety of places to shop. You hardly see, like, the variety of places to shop are very, very limited. We don't have so many shops. There's no Zara. There's only one H&M. So that's like one thing for me that really makes me that I don't really like, because I like to shop, and those shops that I love, we don't have them here. And if you try to buy those things abroad, mm, they will tell you they don't ship to Canada. So that is something that annoys me. Even if they ship to Canada, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for them to ship those things to you. So that is something, when people tell you they're coming to Canada, don't bring clothes. Oh God, bring your clothes, oh, because clothes are expensive to buy here. You will not even find it. And if you want to ship from outside the country to Canada, they will tell you they don't ship to Canada. Like, I love sneakers, but I've not been able to buy the kind of sneakers I buy in Canada because they don't have it. Even the Nike.com the things that they sell on Nike.com and Nike.ca is completely different. The very beautiful ones, you won't find it here. So yeah, make sure you come with your clothes if you're coming to Canada, because that one, that's like most things that you're looking for that you see that they have in America, they have in UK, you won't find them to buy in Canada. So yeah, put that into consideration. That is a con for me for Canada. I don't like the fact that I cannot buy everything I want to buy. I don't like, they are not available to me, and then when I want to buy them from abroad, I have to pay so much for shipping, or they don't even ship here. If you've watched this video to this point, thank you very much for sticking by. Thank you for watching, and please do well to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notification. Until I see you in my next video.
When
Bye,
I'm going
guys.
out, you'll be there. 'Cause everything reminds me of you. I can't take no more. Girl, Girl, I think I'm losing my mind. Try to go to work, but I lost track of time. Cause everyone keep looking like you. I can't take no more. I miss your touch from your hands.